The Reserve Bank will be monitoring the release of wage figures today as it weighs up on whether or not to increase interest rates. Again, joining us, it's like a broken record, isn't it? Executive Chairman of Yellow Brick Road Home Loans, Mark Bouris. Not you as a broken record, the fact that rates are on the way up again. Mark Bouris, always good to see you, looking as good as ever. Look, the NAB said there's going to be two more, which has caused a lot of people to cough up their Weet-Bix this week. What do you think is going to happen here, Mark?
Well, given what's going on overseas, and UK just put their rates up, the US are considering putting their rates up, irrespective of the fact that inflation looks like it's declining, I think there's every chance of a couple more rate rises. I mean, inflation is proving to be extraordinarily stubborn at 7%. Wages, I mean, subject to the wages today, if wages can stay around 3.3% in terms of wage rises, then we've got a chance. But it is very, very stubborn. And I looked at the minutes that came out yesterday, the RBA minutes came out yesterday, and I didn't get any encouragement from those minutes whatsoever in terms of thinking to myself, maybe we're at a pause stage. I actually, on the other side, I think the feeling I got from it, Pete, was that they're more than likely to put rates up. So some suggestions, Mark, it gets to 4.8%. I mean, that's, what, another 90, 95 to go? 95 base points from here. It's another 1% more. I don't know whether our economy can withstand that. And I guess one of the things that there is a lot of talk around at the moment that there has been some internal analysis done of the economy at the RBA, and that internal analysis has revealed that there's an 80% chance of us going into recession. And I wonder whether or not that is because they are baking in assumptions that the interest rate could continue to rise, as you just suggest, to another 95 basis points, up to 4.8. So that would definitely put us into a recession, I think. Well,
yeah, and I tell you what, that would cause some serious problems when it comes to housing, wouldn't it? And those who have overindulged in their mortgage. I mean, we're looking at default city there, surely.
Well, I 100% agree with that. And I was talking to a well-known auctioneer in Sydney recently, actually only yesterday, and he said to me that whilst we're not seeing mortgagee sales, he's actually noting that there are, I don't know what they're called, but there's some person sitting between the borrower and the lender who is coming out and saying, encouraging the borrower to put their property on the market, not as a mortgagee sale, because as soon as you put it on as a mortgagee sale, you get nailed. But they're putting it on, encouraging the borrower to put the property on the market for sale and try and get an orderly price. So that's a bad indicator. I don't like the sound of that.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like people just shouldn't be buying or selling at the moment if they can. I mean, just to ride this out.
Well, it's hard to ride it out if you're under enormous pressure. And if you start to see a kick up in the unemployment number, and by the way, the Reserve Bank itself is predicting unemployment is going to increase by 1% from where it is at the moment. So a 1% increase is actually quite a big increase, relatively speaking. And given that we've got a lot of new immigration coming into Australia, you might start to see a bit of unemployment. And the thing that creates people to stress out and actually say, we've got to sell, is if they lose their job. You know, and that's a problem. You know, if I lost my job, I can't make any payments. So in that case, I would expect to see property prices start to fall.
That's a good point, a worrying point too. Mark, we'll leave it there. Talk to you next week.
See you, Pete.